on bottoms with the Indians, making quilts and working on cars using swing set frames to hoist the engines. She's Cherokee Indian, Bohemian, and Black Dutch. She's a portrait of America. As American as apple pie and Chevrolet, before Obama stole it from the shareholders and gave it to the unions in exchange for votes. Well qualified as a community organizer, but short 6 weeks of senatorial experience to vote president. I am proud to announce Tera's candidate for president of the... Whoa! Oops. Wrong speech. Think about a blonde president. Tera is a wife, a mother of 4, including Alex and Samantha present today. Tera is currently administrator of Gope Primary Care, My Medical Clinic in Branson. She also co-founded and was the primary funder of the Branson Tea Party. Today she runs Tea Party Patriot Headquarters in Branson on a full-time basis, a forum whose purpose is to promote the Constitution and the tradition of the Founding Fathers. My favorite wife, Tera Sukman.
Americans, there is a patriotic awakening sweeping into every corner of this great land. People just like you and me are feeling the infringements of an undisciplined and oppressive central government, expanding every minute of every hour of every day. Sadly, we've been asleep for too long, but I am pleased to announce today the sleeping giant is stirring. America, the greatest country and the most advanced civilization the world has ever known, is shaking off the sleepy cobwebs of a long slumber. She has heard a rally cry, and she is beginning to awake.
Yes.
Oh yes, she is waking, but what is she waking to find? Unfortunately, to her shock, she is opening her heavy eyes to see a country that is a far cry from the one born from adversity in 1776. The sleeping giant is awake to see a country where its government blatantly disregards the people's rights and as it steals from its treasury. America sees her government turning her hard-working men and women into slaves. That's right, slaves, buying their votes with entitlements. She wakes to see another form of slavery, where a whole new generation expects something for free, something for nothing. Sometimes, despite the warnings of a looming economic collapse and a national bankruptcy, they keep on. Oh yes, America is waking all right, and as her eyes clear from the haze of sleep, she is waking and she is angry as she learns her Constitution, forged by the blood, sweat, and tears of her forefathers, is being trampled on, mocked, and disregarded. Her precious Constitution, designed brilliantly to guide a government that would protect the individual rights of its citizens, now ignored for the sake of political power and gain. But there is good news. America is also waking. To see her devoted citizens beginning to link arm in arm in a movement much like the one that established her in the beginning. The Tea Party is Americans who are not afraid to stand in the tradition and history of America's first patriots, who realized that tyranny from a government was simply another form of slavery. The Tea Party understands all too well that freedom is not free. We understand that in this country, our citizens possess inherent rights that must never be taken from us, rights that we must never give away. As Patrick Henry reminded us, after freedom is taken, there are only two alternatives: slavery or death. Therein lies the quote, "Give me liberty or give me death." Our forefathers bravely faced potential execution for treason as they flew a flag with the words, "Don't tread on me." Those words have become a standard for my brothers and sisters in the Tea Party movement, because we understand that a government should only operate with the consent of our citizens. That's right, the government is to remain in the hands of her people, not in the hands of power-hungry politicians and bureaucrats of a bloated and insensitive federal government. Today, America is rallying again, and a cry you hear is the cry from our sacred past. She is saying, "Don't tread on me."
Yes.
Let me tell you who the Tea Party is, by simply telling you who we are not. The Tea Party is not made up of American citizens who apologize for America's greatness. Neither do we apologize for the brilliance and the foresight of our forefathers who wrote the Declaration of Independence. The Tea Party does not apologize for our founding document that says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that, oh my gosh, that all men are created equal, all men, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. John Adams said, "A constitution of government, once changed from freedom, can never be restored. Liberty, once lost, is lost forever. Government, don't tread on us." The Tea Party does not apologize for the American colonists who in 1773 revolted against Britain's King George III and British Parliament's taxation without representation, the original Boston Tea Party. The Tea Party is made up of men and women, old and young, who spread beyond the racial divide, who are not afraid to stand up for what they believe. For example, as a Tea Party patriot, I do not apologize that America was founded on Judeo-Christian principles, and I, for one, do not apologize that our nation is a Christian nation. Nor do I apologize that I wish that prayer was still in school. The Tea Party does not apologize for the Constitution and the right it gives to each and every one of our nation's citizens. We do not apologize that we embrace the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, and the right to bear arms.
Yes.
Socialism, don't tread on America. The Tea Party patriot does not apologize for working hard every day to get ahead, so to ensure our children's future instead of mortgaging it away. The Tea Party patriot does not apologize for standing up for the right to life, or the definition of marriage being a sacred union between one man and one woman.
Okay.
Tea Party Patriot, I do not apologize for my unabashed love for Ronald Reagan, his presidency, or for the Reagan Revolution, which reincorporated the American people and reduced their reliance on the government. We do not apologize for President Reagan's words. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We do not pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed down for them to do the same. Or one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in America where men were free. The Tea Party will never apologize for Reagan's philosophy of peace through strength or his courageous call to tear down this wall.
Amen.
George Washington said, "To be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace, and a free people ought not only be armed, but disciplined, to which end a uniform and well-digested plan is required." The Tea Party is asking, where are the George Washingtons and Ronald Reagans of today? America, where are your men with vision? The Tea Party does not apologize for our flag, and that brave men and women fought and died for. We remember the words Thomas Jefferson when he said, "The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with blood of patriots and tyrants. Government, don't tread on me." This morning on Fox and Friends, I saw where a young Massachusetts student drew a picture of a flag in art class to honor his brothers that were serving in Afghanistan. The school wouldn't allow it to be shown for fear it might offend someone. Offensive? Past generations of immigrants came to America full of national pride. They saluted our flag. They took an oath of loyalty to the United States of America. They learned our language. They even changed their names to sound more American. They were not African Americans or Mexican Americans or Japanese Americans or Jewish Americans or even Muslim Americans. They were Americans. Today, many immigrants don't even like us. They don't learn our language, they disrespect our flag, and even worse, they do it on our dime. Do they think this current White House will stand for this? Unfortunately, they are probably correct. Not only will this administration stand for it, they'll probably promote it. But if anyone is offended in this flag, they are sure going to be offended in this flag. Government, don't tread on us. We do not apologize for the Pledge of Allegiance or saying one nation under God. And we certainly will not apologize in this country or in any other country for the bravery of our heroic veterans from World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, the Gulf War, Iraqi freedom, or those presently serving in Afghanistan or serving on hundreds of ships on military bases all throughout the earth. We proudly stand. We proudly stand for our soldiers, past and present, who have laid their lives on the line for our freedom. Because when you tread on them, you tread on me. What will the Tea Party apologize for? We will apologize for many of our soldiers and our veterans who, upon returning home, received the Jane Fonda treatment, typical of the liberal bias of the mainstream media. Thank God for Fox News. We do not apologize for the pride we have in our communities and the spirit that's here today. We honor faith and service and God on a daily basis. We do not apologize for not wanting to relinquish our dollar and our freedom to any foreign government or the United Nations. And when we oppose the relinquishing control of our dollar to the International Monetary Fund or give away our sovereignty to the International Financial Stability Board of the European Union, we will speak up. We will fight back. We will tell them, don't tread on us. We will not apologize for our support of Israel. We will not apologize for our respect of Israel's resolve as she stands up to tyrants and their nuclear ambitions. The Tea Party will not disrespect or apologize to our friend and ally, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who recently said, and I quote, "If the Arabs put down their weapons today, there would be no more violence. But if the Jews put down their weapons, there would be no more Israel." Israel knows better than anyone that the systematic disarming of a nation is an invitation for war. That's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Our current president's insulting behavior toward Israel's prime minister during his state visit is inexcusable. It appears to me sometimes that Mr. Obama relates to, bows to, respects and supports more closely to our enemies than to our allies. 10 long years since 9/11. SEAL Team 6 recently sent Osama bin Laden on his eternal journey to find his 72 virgins. Thank God. Thank you, SEAL Team 6. Don't tread on them. But the enemy has a long memory. The radical terrorists still sense our weakness, and they have no respect for the United States of America. To them, we are often more talk than strength. The Bible says in Genesis 12:3, "I will bless those who bless Israel, and I will curse those who curse Israel." Absolutely. Mr. Obama, you are wrong again. As Israel's neighbors are in turmoil, and as they call for the destruction of our only democratic ally in the Middle East, now is the time to pour out our favor to Israel. Now is the time to provide unwavering support. Now is the time to show them the respect they deserve. And by the way, if Israel's prophet Daniel wouldn't bow down to Nebuchadnezzar, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego wouldn't bow down to other gods, I don't want my president bowing down to Muslim kings. We work for us, not for them. Mr. Obama, don't tread on America. falling further and further from our guiding light, that pillar of fire that leads us out of darkness. God told Solomon in 2 Chronicles 7:14, if my people who are called by my name humble themselves, pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven, and I will heal their land. This is the way back to a firm foundation built on a solid rock.
Absolutely.
I don't apologize for being a conservative who holds on to my Bible and my guns. I have good news. I know the end of the book. Patriots, if you believe in restoring our government based on the Constitution in the tradition of the Founding Fathers, then you are the Tea Party. You are America. You are the wake-up call saying, don't tread on me.
Yeah.